there have been some coincidences. I went after Graham Elwood for his participation in the Afghanistan war. Then Jimmy Dore comes out and talks about his time doing the same thing, the fake comedy for the troops. We're talking 2010, 2005. Who are these guys to promote themselves as progressives? And now we have Nico House admitting that he is a military shill.
Flow Newsday Crew is probably the most prompt group of, like, y'all are always on time. But it's usually because y'all are fucking on your stream an hour before just talking shit. So I don't know if that actually counts for being on time.
That's because I run a tight ship, Nico, and I make them come in early so we can get set up.
Oh, that's the first time ever. I'm like riding on their
But the combo counts is they're like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I gotta be here on time. I don't want to be here.
Yo, dude, no, my dad was that guy. If you're not fucking 10 minutes early, you're late.
If you're not early, you're late.
Yeah. On time is late. Early is on time is late.
My friends
I used to show up when I was in the military. We had 6:30 formation before they would fucking make us run up and down long just for brag. But when I tell you, I would be good. I just couldn't help it, man. Sometimes I thought I would show up last on purpose because of how much I hated the military. I would just stroll up there looking. So they're like, "Oh, House, you on your time?" I'm like, "Yeah, sorry to see him that way." Can't stand the army. I hate it.
Bro, my friend that I was telling you about on the phone earlier today, Snapper, he went into the army because it was better than jail. And that was his choice. And the whole time, I mean, he would fucking write me, "I am the Black Gomer Pile."
I'm the what?
Black Gomer Pile. Doing everything he could to not be a soldier. Like,
oh man, when I was in basic, it was so easy because like I was an athlete for all high school, and so I would do shit on purpose to get smoked. Like every time I drove something, I'm just like give a smart ass mark. But then I realized I just had a problem with male authority. I got daddy issues. And so, like, it was never going to work out between me and the military anyway. So that's how I moved on to other toxic relationships.
You know, Snap was like, "I promise you I will work as hard as you pay me."
Oh, shit! Oh, man, that's like negative work at that point. Shit. You know what my fucking salary was? Listen, I used to get paid, like, $450 on the 1st and the 15th after tax.
Ouch.
Bruh, I was a slave. Like, quite literally.
Damn. Yeah.
Damn. You know, but I got health care. But I will tell y'all this, though. Y'all know I finessed my way out of the swim. Because I sat down with my commander and my sergeant major, who I was really close. Actually, my sergeant major wrote our letter of recommendation for college. And I broke it down. I'm like, look, man, we are an intelligence unit, which, by the way, military intelligence, oxymoron, just let everybody know. But we went from being an intelligence unit into a battlefield surveillance brigade, because we attacked the cavalry squadron. And so when they attacked the cavalry squadron, which, by the way, caught somebody making mess out of his fucking barracks, that's a crazy story. I was like, hey, look, I didn't start to go get anybody killed. I don't think that you know what the mission in Afghanistan is supposed to be, and neither do I. We're literally just going there just to go. And so unless someone can tell me exactly what our goals are, I don't really feel comfortable with being in that scenario because, well, let's be honest, we're just going to go kill brown people, correct?
There you have it. These idiots were in Afghanistan. Talking Jimmy Elwood, Graham Elwood, Jimmy Dore, now this Nico House loser. Even just said he was in military intelligence. Is it a coincidence they're coming right out and acting all military-like since I sort of exposed them doing this? So now they're trying to make it seem that I didn't come up with anything? If that makes sense?
FBI came to my house and they wanted to give a talk.
You don't see Steve going, "Hi everyone, welcome to fucking FBI Snitch News Live. I'm your host, Steve Poikinen."
This is the Tokyo Shemp News Service.
I've been censored before. I've been fired for my journalism before. I've been blacklisted for what I tried to publish in The Nation in 2008. Which, if you don't know that story real quick, I was part of the election blog team for The Nation in 2008, and I'd started out covering Mike Gravel, and I interviewed him. I interviewed Dennis Kucinich. Iowa happened. I started just kind of cynically looking at John Edwards, and it panned out that I was right to cynically look at John Edwards, and I wrote about that. I got a little bit of trouble for writing that. And then it was all Obama. So I really took a look at Barack Obama, and I really took a look at who was supporting him and where his money was coming from and all this stuff. And I listened to him. And if you listened to him, he admits up front, I'm going to govern to the right of Reagan. So I tried to have an article published in The Nation called Barack Obama, Reagan with a Tan. And I was immediately invited to become successful elsewhere. Everything that I had written for The Nation was removed. Anytime I would try to get a job for a number of years at any other, quote unquote, legitimate publication, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Had one guy tell me that, oh no, dude, we can't hire you. And to top it all off, the person who was the politics editor at The Nation at the time was Chris Hayes. So Chris Hayes fired me.
Hey, that's kind of, I got fired from Chris Hayes, man. That's awesome. That's wow.
Steve Poikinen should not be able to get away with that outright lie about working for The Nation. He said he was fired by Chris Hayes and got blacklisted. He made an idiot claim. He made an idiotic claim. He shouldn't be able to get away with it. That should be Schadenfreude. He should be done. He should be off the internet. That whole echo system off of Jimmy Dore should be confronted. It should be out there for everyone. Go on their channels. Let them know that they're not fooling you. That's my advice. Or do whatever you want. I'm not telling anyone to do anything. What they're doing is looking for the next Snowdens or Mannings. Couldn't be more obvious. I got a master's in sociology. It's called social theory, where I was. I don't say this to be a narcissist or to evoke any type of intellectual authority, but just to give the sense that my opinion is professional. I've been following this racket for many months. I sensed they were all military. It's turning out that they are all military. They all coalesced. They seem to be doubling down and ginning it up. They had Jimmy Dore going on all those backwater shows. The Vanguard, I did a video on Vanguard. So I'm done actually for being able to download their videos. I don't know why I'm unable to get to the YouTube URLs. Maybe it's for the best. I will have to find different topics, or I'll simply go with this audio version. I think I am able to clean up those clips from the audio. I'm speaking right over into the computer. I have no fancy speakers or anything, but I do use the noise reduction on Audacity to try to make this all as good as possible to the air. I try to sound natural, but I also do cut out as much dead air as I can. I can talk at my fastest rate when I know what I'm talking about. I guess that is the Asperger way.
Some people think that British influence didn't really end after the American Revolution.
She's so nervous.
Because so many things were still modeled after the British. And one of those things was this Five Eyes spy network.
The whole spin is that it's English.
So if you're not familiar with the Five Eyes spy network, it's the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Those 5 countries.
She's working off of Wikipedia.
In French circles, in the French government, and they call it the Anglo-Saxon countries.
The third video she made.
And so the Five Eyes. Okay, let's get to the Five Eyes.
This is 11 minutes into a 26-minute video.
Wikipedia page for the Five Eyes. And here they show all the agencies for each country.
She and Creighton knew each other before her channel formed. He gave her the On BB name.
I worked for NSA from 1983 to 1991. So I am not a career spook.
That's where I said, what the fuck?
I just got a taste of it.
But then I said, what the
fuck? That's not for me for life. So I left.
Yeah, so where's all this whistleblowing? Freaking joke.
So the Five Eyes, it's interesting.
That moron, look at scrunchy face.
The Five Eyes.
Yeah, we don't know where Wikipedia is. It wasn't just Nico House talking up military. Pasta said he was in the Navy. I picked up on that the other day. They had another guest on today, or a caller coming in. They were talking military. They have military on. That Dan guy, I did a video on that guy, on him as a guest. They're over the top promoting military. The Suzanne Murphy lady was a good piece of information I scooped. I haven't seen her showing up doing any more shows. She's a CEO from Western Massachusetts of a company with limited employees and decent income. She was on the PBS. She was on not the Boston one, but the one from out Western Mass. She was pushing that force the vote stuff. It wasn't really about forcing the vote. It was about some type of psyop concerning independent media. I think they're pretty much done. They should be, in theory. I'm not the one who said I worked for the nation and got fired by Chris Hayes. I'm not the one whose video was used in the Sicknick case. I'm not the one who was working for police in that Echo Park thing, and then when they got videoed by the German in Venice, his nephew or someone, they split, they took off. You could see Glory Jones walking down the street. No one's talking about this but me, which is the strange part for myself, and why I continue to only mail stuff in, because I realize no one's there watching my back. Why was Glory Jones walking down that street? How are they getting away with this stuff? How many scoops does it take for Schadenfreude to follow through? I'm not looking for any money or anything. I wouldn't mind some credit, but that's just vanity. They shouldn't be able to get away with that Echo Park stuff. Pointing shouldn't get away with that. The Nation, I was able to upload that. It's on the previous video. Maybe I can add it in here too, but I gotta stop now. Just wanted to do a little bit because I heard Nico House talking about his military days. They're on tilt. Poinkinen said my real name on one of his shows. I'm not just talking out of my arse right now. I think they're on tilt. I think somehow I intuited something going on with them. That's not my fault. They shouldn't have made it so obvious. So that's it. That's the conclusion for the most part. That specific branch with Dorr and Elwood, they're specifically targeting for the next Snowdens or Mannings. So that's why they're over the top with military. But now they're really over the top with it because I exposed them. That's my conclusion. Thanks for your time and consideration. This has been a mailed-in Tokyo Shemp Productions video.